Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here today. I'm Matthew Peglia, Solutions Consultant at Archive 360, and I'm joined by George, VP of Compliance here, also at Archive 360, to discuss how you can modernize your archive. Hello, George. Nice to see you again today. Just going straight in, really, I think what are the trends that you're seeing out there around archiving?
Well, probably the first trend is around the data and the nature of the data itself. Traditionally, archives have been designed to handle certain types of data, right? The archives were just focused on digital communications, or they were just focused on database data that resides within a database or other enterprise data. And what's really happened now is that you're not, if you look at modern enterprises, the data is really a continuum. It's not just one thing or another. The data that you have to work with might be highly structured to semi-structured and unstructured. Even within sets of data like digital communications, increasingly have different forms, and especially with a lot of the modern communication mechanisms and channels, they're very different and much richer. And so you can't take everything and force it into something that looks like an email. So we're even looking at, and we already have customers pulling data from structured systems that actually need to be part of their digital communications channel governance as well. So it's really this continuum of data that needs to be managed and governed, and then also, of course, allow it to be used elsewhere within the organization.
To get value from it, yeah. What do you mean by that? Okay. And what does this mean for the organizations? How do you see companies using that modern archive?
Well, it's really interesting because you have a lot of use cases that you can support if you can actually support more than one type of data. And so the use cases we see, for example, are taking sets of data out of legacy systems and getting them into an archive that not only will be managed and governed and secured for and retained, for periods of time, but you're taking now huge sets of data that were previously locked away, making them available elsewhere. You're also seeing people take operational systems and data that are being generated constantly, huge
Yeah.
sets, petabytes of it, and but knowing that it has retention requirements or governance, getting that immediately into a modern archive, then allowing the operational systems to run a lot more efficiently, and
Okay.
have a much thinner footprint. And then finally, you see all the traditional compliance and governance use cases as well. But now again, you're able to do that with all types of data.
Thank you. It's very interesting information, George. I mean, what from an archive 360 point of view and our approach, what makes us different to the other systems that are out there?
Well, again, I mean, obviously, we're able to handle a lot of different types of diverse sets of data. We provide a lot of the core capabilities. Obviously, we provide all the core capabilities you need for governance and compliance. But more importantly, now we're taking data, and as it's coming in, it's being classified. We're getting it into schemas and structures that make it much more easily consumable by enterprise analytics platforms. And we do that in a way that obviously provides a lot of trusted data to that platform and also to AI. But we also allow you to really select the sets of data that you make available in those platforms. So instead of taking what might be hundreds of terabytes or petabytes worth of data and trying to basically have all of that available to an AI or an analytics application, instead, we're basically saying, look, here's how you select sets of data and immediately get those published into those platforms. So again, only if those people are entitled. And so again, it really allows a high level of control and trust in actually how this data might be consumed by those platforms downstream.
Thank you, George. That's all very useful and interesting information. Please check out our website for further information on how our modern archiving platform can help your organization.